cover of darkness in the Ozarks. And this is the perfect time to talk about 10 things you can only do in Joplin, Missouri. That's right. Guys, did you know that every summer in Joplin, Missouri, they've got the boat races down by the river? And of course, you're saying, well, they've got that in every town. I'm talking about the Joplin quirky boat races. That's right. You've got to have a boat that's made of one material, meaning you can make a boat out of tin cans. You can make a boat out of old mittens. You can make a boat, but it has to be one thing, one item that the whole boat is made out of. Okay, you could use old shoes. You could use old tennis rackets. However you want to do it. Guys, it's the one item boat races in Joplin, Missouri, and you've never laughed so hard until you've seen somebody that tried to make a boat out of old surgical gloves. Check that out. Now, number 2 of our list of 10 things you can only do in Joplin, Missouri. Remember, Joplin, known for their contribution to the Space Center, the space effort. In fact, a NASA executive in Houston said that if it wasn't for the contributions of Joplin, we would never have gotten to the moon. And you're saying, well, I never heard about this. What contribution was that? Well, guys, if you've ever seen those videos of their soup or their rations floating in midair, those little plastic sleeves that the food comes in, those are made right there in Joplin, Missouri. It's the NASA Ration Sleeve Company right there in Joplin. It's a tour you can take, fun for the whole family, and it's number 2 on our list of things you can only do in Joplin, Missouri. Now, a lot of people ask me, well, Joe, why is it named Joplin? Well, guys, you're going to have to go all the way back, really far back on this one, because in 1840s, you had a guy that was named Jasper, and his friends for short, do you have a friend who, over time, you kept shortening their nickname? Well, they called him Jasper, and then they called him Jasp, and then the Job just came out of that. Well, he was married to Lynn, and they started the town, Joplin, Lynn. And they had 8 kids, and those kids had 8 kids, and next thing you know, you got yourself a town with a general store, a blacksmith, and they even had their own country club. They didn't have any country club sports in those days, but you could play horseshoes, all right? And then you do a couple shots of whiskey, and you'd play horseshoes and stuff. And that's how the town came about. Now, that goes way back. But here's the interesting thing. You can still tour the old country club, and you can still play horseshoes right there in the middle of Joplin. That's number 3 on our list. Now, number 4, Joplin it's hard to believe because a lot of people don't know. Well, here you go right there. You take the 249 North. Check it out right there. That sign says 249 North, exit 11B, Joplin. Well, Joplin is in the middle of a vacation paradise. Now, a lot of people don't associate Joplin with vacation, but guys, this is the beautiful hill country. You've got lakes, you've got water skiing, swimming, camping, lakeside cabins, everything for a perfect summer vacation. And one of the things that they did over time to promote tourism in Joplin is they would contact travel agents and say, look, if you steer some business our way, and not in an unethical way, but if you just talk up Joplin, we're going to talk up you. So these travel agents, they would talk, hey, did you think about going to Joplin this summer? They tell their clients. And in return, the tourism department of Joplin would get bus stop advertising that they could put on the bus benches in their town with their photo. Now, you may have seen a lot of real estate agents doing that, but did you ever see a travel agent? No. See, now that was a very smart move by the Joplin Tourism Department, and they got all those people coming there, all those families that probably didn't even know Joplin had all of that vacation selection and all that fun stuff. Really interesting business move and a success, because right now the Joplin annual tourism income is estimated by the state of Missouri to be close to $5 trillion. And that is a lot of hot dogs and hamburgers. All right, so number 5 on our list of things you probably didn't know about Joplin. Number 5 on our list is sorry, I just lost control right on that one. I lost control. All right, so let's get to it. Let's quit futzing around and let's be serious. I mean, people in Joplin, they are Missouri. That's Missouri. That's the show me state. So they don't go with all this joshing and joking. You got to be serious in Missouri. All right, let's get control of this video. All right, so let's just jump right to number 6. Okay, number 6 on the list. Joplin, Missouri is well known as being a wedding center. So why? Well, because a lot of people can't afford to travel to Vegas for your big highfalutin Vegas wedding. And even getting up there to St. Louis costs a pretty penny these days. Well, Joplin has the natural beauty and the clean drinking water that is ingredients for success. Ingredients for success for a wedding. I mean, you got to have clean drinking water. You got to have a nice picturesque backdrop for the photos. And Joplin, again, over time, has become that affordable alternative to your expensive Las Vegas or even St. Louis destination wedding. Now, number 7 on our list, guys, is Joplin. You know, it's hard to believe, but back in the day, Joplin was the capital of Missouri. See, you got to remember, when this area was first settled, a lot of nobody really knew what towns were going to be the top towns, or what was going to be the county seat or the state government or any of that. And Joplin got a lot of traffic coming from the East Coast going out to the West Coast, and people were primarily going out to Hollywood to try to break into the movie business. This is in like 1840s. Everybody wanted to be a star, you know how that goes. But they came through Joplin to stock up on beef jerky, beaver mittens, and all kinds of supplies, right? And Joplin then became a trading center, and a lot of people said, you know what, we should make this the site of state government here in Joplin. Again, we're talking the early days, and one of the reasons was they had a Pony Express outlet right there, and in fact, it was one of the first Morse code booths. You could go into the Morse code booth, and if you knew Morse code, you could send a message to your girlfriend back east, and just tell them that you're doing good, but you're looking forward to getting to Los Angeles to break into movies. And if they would just then come out a couple weeks later, and because they planned to be a big star by then, they were telling their girlfriend, don't talk to me directly because I'll be a big star. And that all took place in Joplin in the early days. But now, of course, Joplin is not the seat of state government. but you can still see an early rendition of a Capitol building they started to build and abandoned it halfway. All right, so number 8 on our list is number 8 on the list is Joplin has always been a aquatics wonderland. Everybody goes there for water fun, and that's why this guy Sam, they call him Sam the Inflatable Man, because he was an early pioneer in these inflatables, water wings, inner tubes, all those fun toys you see on a swimming pool. Well, that guy was from Joplin, Sam the Inflatable Man. And so the factory that he built with his sons is just outside of the outskirts of town. And an unfortunate story, they tried to tax him the same rate as an in-town Joplinite. Well, he's like, wait a second, I mean, I want to support my area, but my factory is outside the city limits, guys. And he said, no, I should be taxed at the lower rate of a country factory. And it became a row. They were fighting tooth and nail. Well, eventually cooler heads prevailed, and because of those tax savings, he was able to grow the company and become the #1 swimming pool inflatable toy company and inflatable company in the world. And he's Sam the Inflatable Man. Now he is no longer part of the company. His sons have taken it over, and you can still see the factory. You get a tour right there outside of Joplin. Just look up online, Sam the Inflatable Man factory tours, and they're available Sunday through Thursday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. But they will charge you $6. But that includes a small inflatable toy that can float your beer when you go down those floats with your friends down the creek. You go down the creek. Well, you gotta have someplace to put the beer, so you put them in this specially designed inflatable. It's a lot of fun. Well, number 9, guys, Joplin. Joplin, like I said, was started by Mr. Jop and his wife Lynn, Joplin, and they had 8 kids, and their kids had 8 kids. Well, when you get that many people starting a town and they're all one big family, it makes it easy to get together for family reunions. And somebody said, well, let's have a reunion this year. And the second person said, well, we all live here. A reunion, we just call that Sunday church, because that's where we all go and we see each other. And the first one was like, well, yeah, that's true. You make a good point, but it does raise a question. What about people that don't have all of their relatives in one town? Let's come up with a solution for them. And they started one of the biggest family reunion operations in the world, where they provide all the materials you need for a successful family reunion, including counseling services in case somebody gets in a fight with a family member they've hated for years. Counseling and also first aid in case there's fisticuffs. And that's number 9 of fascinating things about Joplin that you probably didn't know. And number 10, finally on the list, guys, Joplin is a science center. It's a tech center. We talked about the ties to NASA, but remember, the space program is just a small part of the tech. They call it. You've heard of Silicon Valley. They call this the Ozark Tech Corridor, and Joplin is, of course, the capital there. And probably what it's best known for is, when you go to a truck stop or a public restroom, and they've got that little eye that has an electronic beam, and when you break the beam, it turns on the water faucet. Well, that was developed right in Joplin. hands under there. You get soap on your hands, and now you need some water to swish the soap around. You know how you put your hand under there and nothing happens? And then you kind of move your hand around like, well, where's the water coming out? And then as soon as you take your hand away, the water comes out. So then you put your hands back underneath and the water stops. And that's because it's a very tricky technology and it doesn't work half the time. And there you are with soap, soap on your hands, but no water. And then you end up just throwing the soap at the mirror, and then you wipe your hands on your pants. All right, guys, that's our list about Joplin, Missouri. We look forward to seeing you in town soon.